gears. We're focusing on a topic that I think a lot of us, it is close to our hearts as South Africans. That is financial stress. More than half of working South Africans are currently struggling with the debt, which has made it increasingly difficult for people to make ends meet. However, a new initiative is making waves in the financial wellness space. NMG Benefits, in partnership with Empower FS, has launched a program called Salary Savior, which is designed to help employees regain control of their finances. To talk to us more about this, we are joined by Letitia Pillay, who is the head of business development at NMG Benefits. Letitia, welcome to Life and Money right here on UFM.
Thanks, Tapelo, and good evening to your listeners.
Really appreciate your time this evening. Tell us a little bit more about then the Salary Saver program. Sounds like one that we all need.
Oh, absolutely. Look, we found that so many employees are indebted and are struggling. There's too much month left at the end of the salary.
That's very true.
So Salary Saver aims to do exactly that. Save on that salary and make that salary last a little longer towards the end of the month.
Yeah. And how exactly does it inculcate those type of behaviors to help us so we don't have more months than a salary at the end of it?
Yeah, sure. So Salary Saver aims to go on a guided financial wellness journey because we realize that there's a need for a holistic financial solution.
Yeah.
And we do that by following a 4-step approach. The first phase is financial diagnosis. So firstly, understanding what the problem is, understanding the full extent of the problem. Phase 2 is really around debt analysis and looking at how indebted is our client, and looking at garnishee orders and what type of debt's leaving that salary, that bank account at the end of the month. And then phase 3, we look at transaction analysis. So look at those transactions line by line and understanding exactly what it is. And the fourth phase is the insurance and the investments analysis. So we look at how much of insurance policies are leaving that account. Is it necessary? Who is it covering? And we look at consolidating to save money.
Yeah, it sounds like a systematic approach, which I think is really, really important because some of these solutions that we come up with for financial stressed consumers often neglect things like gap analysis and understanding where that particular consumer is at that particular stage. You spoke about garnishing orders there. Let's a little bit around that and how it helps, or the garnishing orders, how are they making it a little bit difficult for people to pay their debts on a monthly basis?
Sure. During our debt analysis, our financial individuals will go in and analyze exactly what debt is sitting with the current client. And very oftentimes we find that there are lots of garnishee orders that are coming off those salaries even before it can hit the bank account, right? What we do is we test the validity of those garnishee orders. And in often cases, we find that they are invalid for X, Y, or Z reason. We go in and we investigate how valid it is and ways in which we can reduce it, or in some cases we've even assisted to waive that debt because it was illegal, an illegal garnishee order. Now, employees don't know this, and therefore this kind of help is necessary. This kind of guided financial wellness journey is absolutely necessary to really go in, analyze the problem, and provide the right solution.
That's very important. And how do these garnishing orders actually come about, right? And how is then the Salary Saver program helping them to deal with these garnishee orders?
So what happens is that, employees that do not know too much about debt, and, the laws around debt, because of the financial pressures that they are in, they are susceptible to taking on debt from different places and different service providers. What happens is when these service providers are desperate to collect the funds, they hand the debt book over to debt collectors, and debt collectors then go and get an instruction for the employer to then get that money out of the salaries before it even hits the bank account of the employee. I
understand that the program also offers that there's a cover of about 1 million without any need for underwriting. And I think this is really quite innovative because the insurance world is really driven by that underwriting, because that's where the risk mitigation strategies often come by, and they can then
Yes.
determine the premium that a person would have to pay based on that. How does this then compare to similar products in the markets, and what makes a Salary Saver stand out?
Correct. So what underpins this entire program is a guided, hands-on financial sort of counseling and that journey.
Yeah.
So we're going through the entire diagnosis. We start with the diagnosis and go through the analysis. Then look at the transactional. So you have to be on the program and go through the various steps in order to get to that space where you can also qualify to get that 1 million. The other features of the program also includes understanding, budgeting, financial literacy, basic concepts, saving, as well as assistance with your tax returns and getting your will done. So the entire program is underpinned on financial wellness and financial guidance.
Oh, so that 1 million is not automatic when you join the program. You have to work through the program to get to that level.
Go through the program. Another key feature of the program is a cash advance, which is a percentage of the salary.
Yeah.
So we often find that at the end of that salary, people still have emergencies or immediate cash needs.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they go to these loan sharks that often lend money, very high interest rates, ridiculous payback terms. So what we want to do is stop that route. Don't go to loan sharks. Rather, go through the program and make use of the feature of the program, which is a cash advance.
Yeah.
It is at a maximum amount, but you have at least some emergency cash to use, and then pay back through the salary. But the idea is that once you go through the journey, you may need it the first time or the second, and maybe a little less on the third, but by the fourth or fifth time, you may not need it because you've gone through the journey, we've done the analysis, we've done the savings, we've redirected the funds.
Yeah, I really love the program. I love how systematic it is and the processes that are followed in order to make sure that it has the kind of impact. Talking about impact then, can you give us one example of the impact that this program has had, and what has been the feedback from some of the program participants?
Oh, absolutely. So with any of our solutions, we want to test it on our own staff members and our own employees and make sure that it works really well before we take it to market and our clients. And I very proudly tell the story that one of our staff members was ecstatic to find out that once she went through the program, she was able to consolidate her funeral policies, saving her approximately 850 Rand a month.
Sure.
That's over 10,000 Rand a year. That for me is a massive success story. I mean, who wouldn't be smiling if they would save an extra 800 bucks?
I would be.
And this is just one story. You know, every story is quite different. The numbers are different. The help is different. But the reality is that the help is here. And this is exactly what the solution aims to do. Don't feel alone. We want to make sure that our employees feel supported, and that there is a program out there that can take them through this journey and empower them to make better financial decisions.
Yeah, that's really lovely. We don't have time, but is it open only for employees? Can corporates come through, or can I, as an individual, come in for the program?
Please, can you convince your employer that this is a really, really sound and solid and much-needed solution? So how it works is we have to sign up on employer level. So it's signed up on employer level. It just makes sense because we can reach, many people in that way, and we can roll it out effectively and communicate with large employer group. But please, like I said, this is a much needed solution, so hint, speak to your employer and we can definitely be there soon.
No, they are listening. Thank you so much, Letitia, for joining us this evening.
You're very welcome. Thanks for your time.
It is Letitia Pillay, Head of Business Development at NMG Benefits. There, quite an interesting conversation that we had there. So Baholo, we are drowning in debt.